Hello and welcome to K News. This is Hardik Trivedi. Let's have a look on what is happening in India and in the world. China has begun the mass testing of hundreds of people who had visited a Beijing wholesale market, which sparked a fresh bout of coronavirus cases even as the country reported 67 new COVID-19 infections, including 42 in the capital. In a bid to stem the spread of the contagion, the authorities in Beijing have conducted the nucleic acid test on 29,000 people who had visited the Xinfadi wholesale market since May 30. Gao Xinjun, spokesman of the Beijing Health Commission, said on Monday. The market became a hotspot after it reported several new COVID cases. Out of all the samples, 12,000 came negative and the rest are awaiting results, Gao told the media. The National Health Commission, in its daily report on Monday, said that 49 new confirmed COVID-19 cases and 18 asymptomatic cases were reported on Sunday. As of Sunday, 112 people with asymptomatic symptoms were still under quarantine. Asymptomatic cases, also known as silent spreaders, are the patients who have tested COVID-19 positive but develop no symptoms such as fever, cough or sore throat. However, they pose the risk of spreading the disease to others. The Beijing Municipal Health Commission on Monday said that the city reported 36 new confirmed domestically transmitted COVID-19 cases and 6 new asymptomatic cases. The official media on Sunday said that 8 people tested positive in the capital. By Sunday, Beijing has reported 499 confirmed domestically transmitted cases since January, including 411 who have been discharged from the hospitals after recovery and 9 deaths, the commission said. There were still 79 patients receiving medical treatment and 7 asymptomatic cases under medical observation, the state-run Xinhua news agency reported. So far, 174 imported COVID cases have been reported in the capital, with 1 still hospitalized. Union Home Minister Amit Shah held a meeting with the leaders of all political parties of Delhi on Monday to discuss about the novel coronavirus situation. The meeting was held in the wake of rising novel coronavirus cases in Delhi. Shah praised the leaders of 4 major political parties of Delhi on the steps taken to check the coronavirus pandemic and sought their views on the issue, a Home Ministry official said. Leaders of the BJP, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party and the BSP have attended the meeting. Over 41,000 people were infected with the coronavirus disease in Delhi and it has claimed more than 1,300 lives so far. The number of COVID-19 cases in Delhi is the 3rd highest in the country after Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. On Sunday, the Home Minister held 2 high-level meetings with Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, Union Health Minister Harshvardhan, mayors and commissioners of Delhi 3 municipal corporations to strengthen the strategy to fight the coronavirus. Shah had announced that COVID-19 testing will be doubled in Delhi in the next 2 days and subsequently tripled. Announcing a slew of measures after the meeting, Shah said COVID-19 tests would be started at every polling station in the containment zones and a comprehensive house-to-house health survey would be conducted in the hotspot for contact tracing. In view of shortage of beds for coronavirus patients in Delhi, the Modi government has decided to immediately provide 500 railway coaches, which will be equipped with all facilities. He added that a committee had been constituted under the chairmanship of Niti Aayog member V.K. Paul to ensure the availability of 60% beds by private hospitals at lower rates and fix the rates of tests under treatment. In a relief to journalist Vinod Dua, the Supreme Court in special hearing on Sunday restrained the Himachal Pradesh police from arresting him till July 6 in a sedition case lodged against him in the state over his YouTube show. The top court said that Dua will have to join the investigation and there shall be no stay on the ongoing probe undertaken by the Himachal Pradesh police. A bench of justices U. Lalit, M. Shantan Gadar and Vinit Saran issued notices to the centre and the state government and sought their responses within 2 weeks. Senior advocate Vikas Singh, appearing for Dua, not only sought staying of the FIR, rather demanded its quashing, saying the fundamental right of freedom of speech and expression of the journalist has been taken away by filing of the sedition case. Singh said that if such charges are slapped against individuals, then many of them may fall within the ambit of sedition charges. He said that petitioner is willing to show the video clip of the show to the court. Granting interim relief, the bench said that it was not going into the details of the matter and will also not to stay the probe. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the centre and the state government, accepted the notice and said he would file the reply in 2 weeks. The Delhi High Court had earlier stayed an investigation into another case against Dua in connection with his show on YouTube. The police in Shimla had summoned him for questioning over a sedition complaint by a local BJP leader. Like the complaint lodged in the national capital, the FIR registered against the senior journalist in Shimla is also over his YouTube show on communal riots in Delhi earlier this year. According to the complaint, he had accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of using deaths and terror attacks to get votes. Dua has been charged under sections 124A, 268, 501 and 505 on the basis of a complaint last month by BJP's Mahasu Unit President Ajay Shyam. The Mumbai port has handled 321 ships and 9 million metric tons of cargo during the coronavirus-induced lockdown period, a top official said tonight. The port is fully operational now, the official said. 6 cruise liners have arrived in the port since June 12, and some more are scheduled to dock to disembark Indian crew members stuck on these floating luxury hotels after the pandemic halted their operations at various places across the globe. A total of 14 cruise liners are to dock at the Mumbai Port Trust to disembark 10,000 Indian crew members by June 28, Sanjay Bhatia said in a statement. During the lockdown period, Mumbai Port has continued to handle large range of cargoes such as steel, sugar, pulses, fertilizers, as its berths in Indira Docks, Marine Oil Terminal, Jawahar Dweep, Chemical Terminal, Pirapu, and midstream. The port handled 9.6 million metric tons of cargo from 321 vessels. He also said the port also continued to handle cruise liners at its facility, enabling singing off of Indian crew on board cruise ships around the world. The port has been in the forefront in supporting the seafarers by helping them sign off at Mumbai port. Till date, 6 cruise vessels have berthed in the port and more than 1,000 Indian crew have been handled. One of the huge cruise ships, Ocean of the Seas, was also docked in the port. Health insurance companies will not be allowed to contest claims once the premium has been paid for a continuous period of 8 years, regulator IRDAI said in a fresh set of guidelines. IRDAI said the objective of the guidelines is to standardize the general terms and clauses incorporated in indemnity-based health insurance products by simplifying the wordings of general terms and clauses of the policy contracts and ensure uniformity across the industry. All policy contracts of the existing health insurance products that are not in compliance with these guidelines shall be modified as and when they are due for renewal from April 1, 2021 onwards. After completion of 8 continuous years under the policy, no look back to be applied. After expiry of moratorium period of 8 years, no health insurance claim shall be constable except from proven fraud and permanent exclusions specified in the policy contract. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority said. The policy will, however, be subject to all limits, sublimits, co-payments, deductibles as per the policy contract. The period of 8 years is called as moratorium period. The moratorium would be applicable for the sums insured of the first policy and subsequently completion of 8 continuous years would be applicable from date of enhancement of sums insured only the enhanced limits. The regulators said in the guidelines on standardization of general terms and clauses in health insurance policy contracts. On claim settlement, IRDAI said the insurance company should settle or reject a claim as the case may be within 30 days from the date of receipt of last necessary document. In the case of delay in the payment of a claim, the company will be liable to pay interest to the policyholder from the date of receipt of last necessary document to the date of payment of claim at a rate 2% above the bank interest. It also said the policy will become void and all premium paid will be forfeited to the company in the event of misrepresentation, misdescription or non-disclosure of any material fact by the policyholder. It's time for a short break. We'll join you in a short while.
వేసవి అవుతుంది ఫన్ with the cooler number 1. ఇక చేసుకో more fun ఉంటే cooler number 1. ఇక don't run from the sun ఉంటే Kenstar number 1. दीवाना 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 इतना सुंदर जैसे कोई सपना सुहाना दीवाना दीवाना
कचारिया टाइल्स, जो देखे वो दीवाना।
Welcome back to K News and thank you for watching. Let's continue the streak of news. 2 Indian High Commission staffers missing in Islamabad since 8 am today are in the custody of Pakistani Inter-Services Intelligence, government sources have said. The Ministry of External Affairs has summoned the Pakistan envoy, according to ANI. New Delhi had complained to the Pakistan government after the staffers, both drivers, went missing. The incident comes weeks after 2 Pakistani officials at the Pakistani High Commission in New Delhi were accused of espionage and deported. The 2 worked in the visa section in Delhi and were allegedly caught in the act of spying. Several top Indian diplomats in Pakistan have also been aggressively tailed in Islamabad over the last several days, and India has protested against the excessive surveillance. The vehicle of India's charge d'affaires Gaurav Ahluwalia was chased by ISI member recently. A biker was seen following the official's car. In March, the Indian High Commission in Pakistan sent a strong protest note to the Foreign Ministry in Islamabad, protesting against the harassment of its officers and staff. In the note, India cited 13 such instances just in March and asked Pakistan to put an end to them. The government also said Pakistan should investigate the incidents urgently and instruct the relevant agencies to ensure that these do not recur. According to the ANI, ties between India and Pakistan have been severely strained over the past few years and have worsened with recent incidents of firing at the border and terror strikes in Kashmir. A study that claims that the peak of coronavirus in India has been delayed by the 8-week lockdown and may now arrive around mid-November has been disowned by the Indian Council of Medical Research, which said today that this does not reflect its official position. The news reports attributing his study to ICMR are misleading. This refers to a non-peer-reviewed modeling not carried out by ICMR and does not reflect the official position of ICMR, the government's top medical research body tweeted. According to a report, the study was conducted by researchers from an operations research group constituted by ICMR. The report quoted the study as saying that the lockdown shifted the peak of the pandemic by an estimated 34 to 76 days and helped bring down the number of infections by 69 to 97%, thereby allowing time for the healthcare system to shore up resources and infrastructure. In the scenario of intensified public health measures with 60% effectiveness, after lockdown, the demand can be met until the first week of November. After that, isolation beds could be inadequate for 5.4 months, ICU beds for 4.6, and ventilators for 3.9 months, projections by the health researchers showed. But it added that the shortfall would be around 83% less than what it could have been without the lockdown and public health measures. Arvind Pandey, one of the authors of the study and a member of National Task Force Operation Research Subgroup, told the study has been withdrawn, and another author, Shankar Pinjra, refused to comment. State Bank of India is seeking to recover two guarantees furnished by the former billionaire Anil Ambani, which according to a news report are worth more than $158 million. The state-run lender filed an application with the National Company Law Tribunal to appoint a resolution professional, according to an update on the court's website. The tycoon, who had offered personal guarantee on the bank's loans to his Reliance Communications Limited and Reliance Infratel Limited, was given a week to reply on Thursday. The 60-year-old is the younger brother of Mukesh Ambani, the wealthiest man in Asia. Mukesh has bailed his brother out in the past, making a last-minute payment in a case that could have seen Anil imprisoned. State Bank of India is seeking to recover more than 1,200 crore under the personal guarantee clause of the bankruptcy law. The matter relates to a corporate loan availed by Reliance Communications and Reliance Infratel and is not a personal loan of Mr. Ambani, a spokesman for the former billionaire said. Debt resolution plans for Reliance Communications and Reliance Infratel were approved by their lenders in March, and those are awaiting approval of the NCLT, the spokesman said. Mr. Ambani will file suitable replies, he said. Unable to control the spiraling coronavirus figures, the Tamil Nadu government has again declared total lockdown in state capital Chennai and certain areas under it, including areas in Thiruvallur, Kanchipuram from June 19 to 30. Tamil Nadu has second highest number of cases, second only to Maharashtra, and the spike has continued despite several restrictions by the state government. More than 70% of Tamil Nadu's 44,000 coronavirus cases are from Chennai, where the infection is raging in urban slums. On Sunday, Chennai recorded 1,415 fresh cases, lodging 31,896 patients in total. Sources said the lockdown in Chennai and its suburbs will be intense and full restrictions will operate on the 2 Sundays in this period. No taxis, autos and private transport will be allowed to run except for emergencies. People will have to buy essential items from within a 2-kilometer radius. Only the working of hospitals, laboratory and pharmacies will be allowed. Banks will be allowed to operate with 33% staff only on June 20 and 30. Essential services including shops selling milk, vegetables and fruits, mobile outlets, groceries will be open. Petrol pumps will be allowed to run between 6 am and 4 pm. Takeaways from restaurants will be allowed between 6 am and 8 pm. Amma canteens will also remain open and construction workers can stay on the site. Quarantine rules for incoming passengers from other states or abroad will remain the same and cargo movement will be uninterrupted, the government has said. The S&P BSE Sensex and NSE Nifty 50 indexes fell sharply in trade on Monday, mirroring losses in other global equity markets. Rise in domestic coronavirus cases and worries over a second wave of infections in China sapped investors' appetite for riskier assets. As of Monday, COVID-19 cases in India surged above 332,000 and deaths were more than 9,500. India is the fourth worst affected country in the world. The Sensex fell as much as 857 points and Nifty touched an intraday low of 9,726, dragged by selling pressure in banking and financial services shares. The Sensex ended 552 points or 1.63% lower at 33,228 and Nifty 50 index fell 159 points or 1.6% to close at 9,813. European markets were trading with deep cuts as France's CAC 40 fell 1.74%, Germany's DAX dropped 1.7% and England's FTSE 100 index slumped 1.5%. Back home, India's recorded 11,500 fresh coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours, pushing the total number of cases to 332,424, according to the data from Union Health Ministry till Monday morning. The death count rose to 9,520 with 325 fatalities in the last one day. 8 of 11 sector gauges complied by the National Stock Exchange ended lower, led by the Nifty Private Bank index's near 4% fall. Nifty Bank, Financial Services, Realty, Auto, FMCG and Metal indexes also fell between 1.5 to 3.6% each. On the other hand, Nifty PSU Bank Index was top gainer, up 1.4%. Mid and small cap shares ended mixed as Nifty Mid Cap 100 Index dropped 1.2%, while Nifty Small Cap 100 Index rose 0.4%. IndusInd Bank was top Nifty loser. The stock fell 7.2% to Rs 490. Axis Bank, Tata Motors, BPCL, HDFC Bank and Titan also fell between 3 to 4.5% each. On the flip side, GAIL India, Wipro, HCL, Reliance Industries, Sun Pharma and Mahindra were among the notable gainers. A US Air Force fighter plane with one pilot on board crashed into the North Sea on Monday. The status of the pilot was unknown. The F-15C Eagle from the 48th Fighter Wing was on a routine training mission from RAF Lakenheath when it crashed at 9:40 am. Local time. The cause of the crash wasn't immediately clear. UK search and rescue authorities are taking part in the search of the crash site. Lakenheath is a Royal Air Force base that hosts a US Air Force 48th Fighter Wing, known as the Liberty Wing. The base is about 80 miles northeast of London. That's all for now. Keep watching K News. This is Hardik Trivedi taking your leave. Be alert, be positive, be safe.